All right, so for today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the Ertl John Deere 8430 tractor in 1/32 scale. Now, this model is another one of the Precision Series models from Ertl that came out in the early 2000s. So they're a little bit harder to find today, but nonetheless, they are still a really nice model from Ertl. So without further ado, let's get straight into the review here. So as you can see here, you got some nice detailing here on your wheels, which is very nice. Now, this is each one of these wheels, or each one of these is a dual. So you got 8 wheels in total, 4 on each side, which is nice. But you can see you got the valve stem modeled there very nicely. If you get the camera to focus on the wheel, but you can see you got some nice bolt detailing right there. You got your valve stem modeled right there. And you all got the valve stem on the back wheel modeled very nicely as well right there. And then your hub and stuff is very detailed. You even got some individually painted bolt detailing on the inside of the hub as well. Now with this model, I believe the steps on this model are plastic as well. You got a black handrail right here that is also plastic, and you got some plastic lights. Now you got to be careful with these. You can see this one is just loose. With these, you don't want to lose them. They do come in a bag with the mirrors up here. When you buy the model, you have to install them. One of mine is loose, but the other mine is super tight, fitting into the hole, and I don't really want to try to pull that one out. I'm afraid it will break. That's how tight of a fit it was. But you can see you got the nice decal right there on the cab as well. You got a plastic, I believe this is a plastic handrail. It's just a bit of a harder plastic to bend, but it is a plastic handrail on the front of the cab as well. And you can see you got the handrail and stuff on the inside of the cab. And then your cab door will open, as you can see right there. You just gotta be very careful with the mechanism not to break it. It will open, and it will reveal a nicely detailed interior, which is nice. And then it closes, so it's kind of hard to tell that it's open, which I do like that feature a lot. You can see right here, you got some amber lights right here, which I believe is clear, or not clear, is like orange plastic that slots into some holes on top of the cab, which is nice. And then you got your mirrors right here that are plastic. But the mirrors on them will move, which is nice. You got to be very gentle with them. You don't want to break it, but they will move, which is nice. I like that feature a lot. And then coming to the back of the model, you can see you got your warning triangle right there. You got a nice drawbar hitch right here. Now the pin on this one is not removable. It looks removable, and I'm pretty sure when they assemble the model, they put it in, and then they kind of smash the bottom of the rivet so the pin wouldn't come out. It would have been nice to see that pin removable. I believe if you really wanted to, you probably could, take a drill bit and drill on the end of that pin. Eventually it'll pop out, I'm guessing. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to risk breaking anything. But you do have a nice model 3-point hitch on this model as well. It's a little bit crooked on mine as well. But nothing I can do there. And this one, unlike on I believe it's the 8430 or 8420, whichever it is. The other John Deere tractor that I have, which you will be seeing a review of shortly, the 3-point hitch is functional on this one. On the other one, it's not really functional. It just kind of has like a spring action and doesn't really want to go down. With this one, as you can see, that likes to swing around a lot. As you can see in the back here, you have a very nicely detailed hydraulic block in place where you plug in all your electrical for an implement if you're pulling one. And then you can see this model has pretty wide stance with the duals on each side. I kind of like it a lot. Now, one thing on this model, which is cool, is the back windshield opens. And the windshield wiper on there, I believe, is part of the casting, just painted black. But the back of the windshield, or the back of the cab, does open, which is pretty sweet. It's a pretty cool feature on here. And then it closes up, like I said, with the door, so it's kind of hard to tell that it does open. That's pretty nice. And then coming to this side of the model, you can see you got a nice exhaust right here. It's not really there's not too much detail on it, just kind of like a solid piece. There's no hole on the end of the exhaust as well. I'm not sure if that's how the real tractor is. I would feel like there would be some kind of guarding or some venting on the exhaust, but I could be wrong. But this is this side of the model right here. You got a nice counterweight block right there, and then you got some nice decals right there. Now again, these decals are different than the ones in the 9420. These are more of like a pad printed or tampo decal on here, as the 9420 decals are like a sticker that they just applied to the model. And then coming to the front of the model, you do have your GPS up here. And like I said, you got those amber lights. You got some more lights down here, which are nice. You got a nice John Deere decal right there, and then some nice painted on lights on your hood as well. Now, I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see this. You can kind of see it right there. There's a John Deere decal on top of the, I believe that's the GPS, which is pretty sweet. As you can see right there in that shot, you can see the John Deere decal on top of the GPS there. Now, at first, I didn't notice that. When I was unboxing the models and stuff, I didn't notice that there was a decal up there. It actually took me a couple days when I was, looking at the model and just seeing about all the details and stuff on it that I actually noticed that. I didn't notice that at first. But then you can see you got a super nicely detailed front suspension here. Doesn't really turn the greatest. It's just how my model is. But I don't really want to try and make it turn and risk breaking something. So maybe other models out there have a better turning radius, but this one doesn't really have the greatest for turning. And then on this model, the hood does open. You got to be very careful with it because it will tend to slam shut. If you kind of open it up, it will slam shut if you don't give it enough time to build up that friction, so it'll stay open. Will slam shut on you. But you can see it's you got a super detailed engine block in there, radiator and stuff like that. The detail's not just on one side, it's on both sides of the model, as you can see right there. I'm not sure all the components on the engine, but I know at least have a radiator on there. I'm not sure which ones are your hydraulic filters and fuel filters and stuff like that. I'm not too familiar with tractors. And as you can see right here, these are actual cutouts right here, which is pretty nice. And I believe this is the part that when you fold the hood back down, that pops through there. It's a pretty nice detail on this tractor. Close the hood back up and you can see that's the detail that shows through. Those are cutouts right there, which is nice. Like I said, this is a super detailed model from Ertl. I don't know how it compares to the newer stuff from Ertl. This is a relatively older release from Ertl. I believe like I said, they're in the early 2000s. Not sure the price on them either. I paid probably way too much for this, probably. I don't even want to say how much I paid for it because I think I overpaid way too much for this one. But I wanted to have the entire series, so I had to add this one to the series, so I had all four. But that's really going to do it for this. That's really about it for this review. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you'd like to follow my social media, both links are in the description. If you're new to the channel, or if you've been a viewer of the channel and you're not subscribed yet, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video to be uploaded.